Nice fighting. Thanks, Sora.
Hayner, Pence, Olette, it's been ages.
What? It hasn't been that long.
You see?
Donald, Goofy, how are ya?
We're good.
Howdy there, Olette.
So does this mean that weird stuff's going down again?
You kidding, Pence? When have we ever seen a tornado of shadowy blobs before? It's not weird. This is unprecedented.
I guess it is. The creatures from the last time were bright white. These things must be new. Man, I can't wait to get to sleuthin'.
We're already done with the school project, silly. Whatever's going on, you wouldn't be here unless you had a good reason.
Which is?
Well, actually, we're looking for Roxas.
Roxas?
That's funny. I don't know any Roxas, but the name sounds familiar.
Maybe we bumped into him somewhere.
That's one way to put it.
Actually, he might have been friends with another version of you.
This photograph.
Yeah, we've got the same one.
Oh yeah, the other Twilight Town.
It's like one of those spot the differences puzzles, except really easy. I guess in that town, we're friends with this Roxas person.
Sora, let us help you track Roxas down.
Really?
Sure, he seems like a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he is.
Great, then let's all go ask around town. If alternate us knew Roxas, then maybe alternate other folks did too.
Sora, you three should go to the place in the photo. It's the old mansion. The three of us will cover places in town.
Thanks. Oh yeah, I got this phone thingy that takes pictures. Want to snap a photo while we're all here?
Sure.
That's a great idea. Wait, who's taking it?
Why do I have to do it?
Hey, tough luck. You drew the short straw.
It's okay. I'm sitting out of the photo with you, Donald.
Can you take the photograph?
Everybody smile!
Wow, that came out great.
Oh, a lucky emblem.
Lucky emblem.
Oh yeah, they are huge right now. Supposedly, these things are hidden all over town. And if you get a picture of them, they'll bring you good luck.
Cool. Wait, look guys, is that?
You're right. I see it too.
Should the kid?
I knew it.
Good luck, because they're not all this easy to find.
Okay, we better start asking around. You start by checking out the old mansion. We'll catch up.
Got it.
And now, dudes and dudettes, I give you the $10 tour of Twilight Town. And yes, indeed, smartphones. A horrible, horrible world of smartphones. How I miss flip phones. How I remember days when I didn't even give a shit about having a phone at all. In any case, though, to erase my worries and doubts, we have Synthesis. And again, in keeping with previous Kingdom Hearts games, the Moogle Shops, the Boogle Shops, the Lugal Shops... Oh, okay, first of all, we're gonna talk about something else that's new. Yeah, upgrading your Keyblades. What Mickey mentioned in the Dark Realm wasn't just for show. No, you do actually get to upgrade your Keyblades based upon what synthesis materials you have as you progress throughout the game. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So, if you do have the Keyblade you like, you can continue to upgrade its stats and, keep the Kingdom Key fighting fit even well later on into the game. But yes, as for anything else, back to my previous point before I get scatterbrained again, yeah, synthesis very much remains the same. I'm going to be doing that as the game progresses. Will I go after the ultimate weapon? Well, again, I did leave the choice up to you, the viewers, so again, the commentary is still ongoing. I mean, at time of recording, I've only just completed, Arendelle, so don't worry, you still have time to get your opinions in. Well, yeah, so act now before I finish the commentary. Yes, will Solidus-Skully get the ultimate weapon, or will he not? But yeah, all that aside though, yeah, you can pretty much upgrade your keyblades. Synthesis is pretty much just getting, you know, additional items and, you know, all sorts of little things here and there. And again, as typical with this also being folded into the shop, you can pretty much just pick up items at your leisure and just have a merry old time, really. But yeah, one thing I think I also forgot to mention during the Olympus part of the game, which I think you can collect there, but I think I pretty much... I either picked it up off screen or I pick it up here, but yeah, you also get a little thing called a Kupo coin, which is basically a one-time save in an emergency, where if you happen to die, you pretty much have an extra... Well, basically a one-time revive. It's kind of like the, I want to say the Gold Orb in Devil May Cry games. I have to be specific about that, because Yellow Orbs pretty much start you back from the previous screen, whereas Golden Orbs pretty much revive you on the spot, starting with Devil May Cry 2, so yeah. In any case, yeah, characters do actually react to Sora taking photos of them, so yeah. In keeping with Sora being what I would assume to be like a selfie whore, yes, I'm also going to have Sora take lots of pictures of his friends. Ah, continuity. But as we get into the Gummy Phone Good and Proper, it's basically a replacement for Jiminy's Journal as seen in previous games. You have a few unlockable things that you can access here and there. You know, a synopsis of pretty much everything that's happened up to this point. A glossary on certain things like what is a Keyblade Master. It does tell you the power of waking, but doesn't give you an adequate explanation. But don't worry, that's what I'll be here for, and have kind of already told you, / will bring up again when it's relevant. Oh, the ever-nebulous power of waking. But yeah, apart from that, we also have little character profiles that we'll be seeing in a little bit right here. We can examine certain character models, yeah, an enemy glossary where you get to have a look at the various heartless nobodies and various other foes you'll encounter throughout your adventure. A nobody. The Dusks. Looking quite snazzy in HD, I must say. A nice bit of graphical detail on that little lightning decal, keeping it a nice part of Xemnas' character. But yeah, with some characters you actually get the ability to switch between models if, you know, previous incarnations of a character have been rendered in Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh, Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit, I miss you. And Sora's Kingdom Hearts 1 outfit, we shall never see thou art again. And speaking of things we shall never see thou art again, Final Fantasy characters. Kinda brought it up in passing before, but, oh no, I gotta bring this up again. Yeah, prize postcards. Buy a set amount of items in a shop and you basically get prize postcards, which, is rather necessary to collect Orichalcum Plus. Collect 7 of those throughout the game, and that's one of the key things for the ultimate weapon, and part of the reason why I'm a bit apprehensive, because you only get those within fulfilling certain criteria. Part of which involves the gummy ship, and part of which involves engaging in the side content. Oh dear, we are in trouble, aren't we, auntie? But anyway, back to my salient point, as the Moogle pointed out. Yeah, you're going to be hearing one of the characters offhandedly mention that, you know, Cypher, Fu, and Rai from, you know, fittingly in Twilight Town have gone off on an adventure. What adventure that may be, who knows? But basically it just means we won't be seeing, you know, Cypher again, so no Final Fantasy VIII representation. In fact, barely any Final Fantasy representation at all. All we really get in terms of Final Fantasy is just Moogles, and that's it.
Let's see.
I really can't understand why. I guess, I don't know, was Will Friedle charging too much to voice Cypher, or... Again, I really don't know. Again, Tetsuya Nomura did state that he felt like Kingdom Hearts had enough of a cast that they didn't really need the Final Fantasy characters anymore, but... At that same token, though, I mean, you know, you could easily say the same thing about the Disney Wars that are basically just filler until we get to the parts of Kingdom Hearts plot that actually fucking matter. But again, this was eventually rectified with the Kingdom Hearts Remind DLC, where we do eventually see Squall, Yuffie, Aerith, and Sid again, so... There is that, and he did say that Kingdom Hearts 4 will have a better balance of Final Fantasy characters versus the game's own original things, so... You know, there is counterbalance back to the Force, so to speak, but... Yeah, I mean, I don't really buy a lot of Nomura's reasoning, given the fact that... you know, even if they aren't integral to the plot, it still is nice to see characters show up. Again, would be still nice if we got some Final Fantasy 1 through 6 rep. You know, even... You know, you could just ask Yoshitaka Amano, is it okay if I use these characters? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Ah, queased. Anyway, though, yeah, in terms of anything else you can do with the Gummy Phone while we're here, you can take pictures, you can pretty much use it as a journal, it keeps track of your stats and everything, and, yeah, it's, pretty much all she wrote. You can also pretty much use it with all this modern smartphone capability of, again, obviously in story they use it to make calls towards, other characters with, unlimited reach, I imagine. Must be on a very good phone plan, but, yeah, they call people, they can use it to scan QR codes, as Alette pointed out. So yeah, that's pretty much all the Gummy Phone is. Yet another reminder that, the 2000s, the world that I knew, is gone. Yeah, well, times change, and so must I. Nah, actually, I can't be arsed changing. Don't worry, the world may change, but Solidus-Skully will remain the same. Just a little bit more old and withered and crazy. But yeah, Twilight Town does get a few new areas here and there, up to and including having its little open-air cinema thing right here with basically, well, yeah, basically just old-style cartoons. Which is also meant to be a hint towards some of the things you're meant to scan the QR codes with your Gummy Phone, which basically unlocks, well, another insert minigame thing here. But that's what we're mainly spending our time doing, apart from destroying garbage cans and, collecting food. Excuse me. Oh, this mentioning of food is kinda making me hungry! But yeah, you can basically perform like little tricks here and there to get, you know, small bits of cash from performers as Sora takes into his inner street performer. And yeah, it's pretty much just showing what you can do in little populated areas of certain town areas, because, I mean, like I mentioned before, again, you can do this sort of stuff in Olympus, you can do this sort of stuff in, a couple of later worlds, so, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 having a more populous area than we've ever seen in a Kingdom Hearts game before, it does make a lot of these environments quite lively, on top of, you know, a lot of the other traditionally gamey areas that we get to explore, so... Yeah, I mean, it does make Twilight Town a little bit more lively, but it does come to its cost, because, again, you notice that, well, I mean, you will be noticing that we don't quite get to explore the areas that we've been to before. We don't get to go to the usual spot, we don't get to visit the clock tower. And neither do we get to see, you know, the struggle area where we, you know, met Cypher and everybody else. So, yeah, I mean, we get some new areas at the expense of old ones, so while some of the environments might seem a little bit more cut down in terms of the ones that we've been to before, again, you are getting something new to explore, so, yeah, it's a bit of a wish in one hand, shit in the other kind of thing, but... At the same time, though, we got some new vistas to explore. Not necessarily in Twilight Town, though, because, well, kind of ish, sorta. I really don't know what to say. Either way, speaking of new things, the bistro. And we're collecting food. I wonder what's going to go on here. Oh, I have a feeling that we'll be meeting a certain Disney friend. One who's all about the food and the drinks and the... Precisely... But in any case, so part of the reason why you want to be collecting those, the Lucky Emblems, as the game calls it, well, Hidden Mickey's Lucky Emblems, there is a bit of a story to that, but basically, the part of the reason why you want to do that is that this is basically your key to unlocking the secret ending. Pretty much get all the Lucky Emblems, and bada bing, you do the thing, and you'll get a secret teaser for Kingdom Hearts 4. And as well as a few synthesis bonuses that are quite tasty to behold. Yeah, but in any case, kind of the history behind, you know, the Lucky Emblems in and of themselves. Basically, again, because, you know, Mickey Mouse was Disney's pride and joy, so to speak. Yeah, basically, as, you know, a little bit of a nod to their past making cartoon shorts throughout, I don't want to say every Disney movie, but at least a majority of them, animators will basically place in, like, you know, hidden Mickey Mouse symbols, just hidden within, you know, the geometry or the background of animations, where you'll basically just see either the character himself hidden in the background, like, one example that points out to me is actually in The Little Mermaid, where I think during the crowd scene where, you know, King Triton and Ariel and her sisters are singing a song or whatever in the beginning of the movie in the Courtyard Palace, yeah, if you look into the crowd, you can actually see Mickey, Donald, and Goofy standing in the crowd as well. So, could this be the mystical Kingdom Heartsian reference about how Triton knows about the Keyblade? Probably not. But either way, they'll basically hide, like, hidden Mickey Mouse heads all throughout, you know, the backgrounds of their animations, and, yeah, that's what they decided to incorporate into Kingdom Hearts 3, is just a little scavenger hunt thing. Oh, Struggle Yard, where art thou? Cypher, we know you're hiding just beyond the realm. Again, it's still a bit of a shame that we don't get to see any other Final Fantasy VIII rep, especially considering some of the characters that they could have at least fit in with some of the things. I mean, again, I know it would have been excessive, but I mean, I easily think that in the next world we're going to visit, that, you know, Zidane from Final Fantasy IX would have fit perfectly within that sort of world, but alas, it was not meant to be. But yeah, a technically new area. We get to go into the smelly sewers that Donald is right to complain about. This area probably fucking smells like shit. Well, it smells like shit probably because there is shit falling out of all those little sewage grates. Yes, it's a bit nutty. God knows why the Heartless are down here, but that's gonna make even less sense when we find out what they're hunting right towards the end of the part, as soon as we exit this little sewer area. So, yeah. You know what, Donald? I believe you. So, let's just hurry up and get out of this stench-filled area as we destroy all the Heartless and destroy all these ice cream pans. I know they're not ice cream, but that's what they look like to me. Maybe it's because I'm feeling fucking hungry. I'm gonna go get some lunch as soon as I finish recording this part. And, yeah, this is basically our Keyblade transformations, as you can pretty much select by, you know, pressing left and right on the D-pad. Yeah, switching between, you know, the Hercules Keyblade that we got and, well, Sora's Kingdom Key. So, yeah. You do get a few varieties in combat and also in terms of what sort of abilities you get, so, yeah, coming up next, you're going to be seeing some very tasty treats as to what, you know, the hero's origin can do, which is the Keyblade that we got.
Huh?
What's that?
Oh. Heartless!
What do you think they're up to?
Look! On that branch! The Heartless have him surrounded!
Oh no!
Let's help!
Yeah!
Nothing changes. Although, yeah, this is pretty much a Keyblade transformation. This is also the finisher, slash the most powerful move of this Keyblade. Yeah, you basically get to ride a Pegasus and, just sort of fly around zapping people with lightning. Like the god of thunder! And yes, another Disney attraction flow, Splash Ride. I think these are meant to be based on real rides. I don't know, whatever, but... Yeah, anyway, back to what I was saying beforehand. The Heartless have to be... I guess it kind of speaks towards their animalistic nature, because, I mean... fucking Ratatoing up there is gonna be basically a small morsel compared to them. So why the hell they're going after him is... whatever. I guess maybe they just wanted a little snack. But yes, anyway, that is, well, it's kind of weird, actually. I mean, the characters in game call, the rat Little Chef, but... wasn't his name meant to be like a Rennie, or something or other? Renu? I don't remember, they just call him Little Chef, but basically it's meant to be Reno from Ratatoing. You know, the Disney movie about the rat that hides under a human's hat and teaches him to become a chef, and there was like that really angry critic guy who was like a sad, lonely nerd. I don't know, I've never seen Ratatoing, although I did see the parody movie that was equally as hilarious. So, yeah, Ratatoing. And as you can no doubt tell with his appearance in the game, and the fact that he was also collecting morsels of food earlier, yes indeedy, yeah, we're gonna be doing some culinary ethics in our games. But that's stuff that we'll be seeing either in the next part or the part after that. So on that note, I'm Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and next time on the Kingdom Hearts 3 commentary, more plot.
Well, take care. Whoa, what is... Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
Looky! That little feller's parked on your head.
Huh? Would you cut that? Whoa. Huh?
Sora, you've been hijacked.
You know, maybe he wants you to pick up the fruit for him.
Okay, that's fine, but I can do it by myself. I just need to collect the fruit. Right then. So, what are you gonna do with all this anyway? Huh?
Oh.
Well, okay. You be careful going home.
Bye-bye.
See you around.